Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to properly use Hshop. Now, this is a video for if you have just modded your DS, you really don't know much about what you're doing, and you want to download some games through the Hshop. This is going to be a guide showing you everything that you need to know without all of the unnecessary extra stuff that the Hshop tries to throw at you. So, let's get into the Hshop. Now, to kind of explain what Hshop is, you do need a Wi-Fi connection, first of all. And second of all, mine is the Japanese version of Hshop, but most of it is in English. It's going to be completely the same for you, no matter what region you're in. So, we have a few different options here. Hshop is a downloader. It is essentially a revival of the eShop that is completely free. Your games, you can download updates, DLC, virtual console, DSiWare, videos, extras, and even themes. All the official things that you can get off the eShop are now available on the Hshop. So, let's say you want to download, let's say Pokemon Sun. So, Pokemon Sun is a game, so you would want to select games. Now it's going to throw up a bunch of regions. Now it's a little different for Pokemon games on Hshop because all of the Pokemon games on Hshop are region free. However, for most systems you will need to select your region. So in my case, even though I have the Japanese version, this is region changed to be USA, I would go to North America. But if you are in Spain, you want to select Spain. If you are in Germany, you want to select Germany. You just need to select what region your system is or where you live. So we're going to select North America, and it's going to pull up all of the North American games. So every North American game possible is going to be on this list. How do we search that down? The first step is to select this little magnifying glass, and it's going to pull these up. Now, mine's a little different because it's Japanese, but don't worry, yours will be the same. If not, it'll be easier for you. So we're searching for games. So this side is our filters. So we have everything selected by default. So when we search for Pokemon, it's going to pull up games, updates, DLC, virtual console, DSiWare, and I believe this is themes. We don't want that. We just want to look at the Pokemon games so we can find Sun. So if we were to search for Sun, it would pull up Pokemon Sun, the updates, any DLC, and this would go for every game. So we just want Pokemon Sun as the game. So we're going to untick all of these. However, it is more efficient to search for updates and DLC. So I would recommend whenever you search for a game, uncheck the bottom three and leave games, updates, and DLC ticked. Now over on this side, we need to select our region. So in my case, I'm North America. This is the version of the game that you want. So you'll either get the North America version, the European version, or the Japanese version, or this bottom one is, I believe, region free or unknown, which there wouldn't really be any unknown. So you need to select the version and then also select region free because in the case of Pokemon games, all of them are region free. So if we only selected the North America version, it would not show up. So we need to make sure that region free is always selected because it has no problem running those on any version. So make sure the bottom one is selected and then select your region. So in my case, North America. We're going to go ahead and click on the typing bar and we're going to search Pokemon Sun. And then this bottom right here is a little weird for me, but it should say search or something. Just click it. And boom, now you can see everything that has the name Pokemon Sun in it that is either games, updates, or DLC. So, for us, we want to download the game. So, we use the top screen to navigate, and we use the bottom screen to see what we got. So, this is Pokemon Sun, but this is updates, so we don't want that. But, right there, Pokemon Sun games, region free. That is what we want. So, you can press A on this, and it'll pull this up, and then you can select A again to start downloading it immediately. But what I would recommend is press Y. That is going to add it to your queue. And it looks like it doesn't do anything, but trust me, it does. Go ahead and press B. And then after you select the game, you want to find the updates. So Pokemon Sun does have updates. So we would want to download Pokemon Sun updates region free. Go ahead and select A to select it and then press Y to add it to the queue. And then after you find the updates, if your game has DLC that you want to download, find that next as well. So unfortunately, Pokemon Sun does not have any real DLC, but if there was DLC that you wanted, this is where you would search for it. So in case of Hyrule Warriors, you would add the game to the queue, add the updates to the queue, and then look for the one that says DLC and then the region free or whatever region, and go ahead and press A and add that to the queue as well. Now we can access our queue by pressing this right here. In English, it should just say queue, and it pulls up the list and it will go from top to bottom. And you do want to make sure you install the game before the update or DLC. And that's because if you install the update or the DLC before the game, there are potential bug issues there. I don't know exactly how that works, don't ask me, but I would just recommend go ahead and download the game in the queue and then put the updates and DLC after. It's always a good idea, in my opinion, to do game, update, and then DLC. So we got game, we got update as second, perfect. So then you just want to select this button right here and then go ahead and press A. And unfortunately, in my case, it'll say can't reinstall title unless asked, and that is because I already have Pokemon Sun installed and I already have the updates installed. But for you, it should pull up a progress bar and it'll tell you how much it's downloading, I believe in megabytes or kilobytes, and then it will show you how long it takes. So once that's done, it will say, it'll boot you back to the queue screen. Your queue will be empty because you downloaded it all. You can go ahead and go to the home screen, close out, and your app will appear as a gift. Now, let's talk about some of the extra features that Hshop has to offer, which really, you won't be using these much. So, Virtual Console, DSiWare, videos, extras, and themes. Now, these are pretty much going to be the exact same process as games, updates, and DLC, but just be wary. If you are searching for games, update, and DLC, make sure you don't accidentally select something that is one of these, because some of them do have the same name, so you do need to be mindful. But you can download Virtual Console games here, and as you can see, here's all of the games. It does tell you NES, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Super Nintendo. It tells you all of them on here. You can also go ahead and download DSiWare games, and that will pull up all the DSiWare games depending on the region you selected, as well as videos if you need to download some promotional videos or trailers for games for whatever reason and you want to use them on your 3DS. This is a good way to do that. There's really not that many, but they're there in case you want them. Then there are extras such as dev apps, homebrew, translated games, ROM hacks, and custom DSiWare. These are not really anything you're going to want to get majorly into, except for ROM hacks. You might get into ROM hacks, but the rest of these, unless you are a ROM hack maker or a developer, then or a software maker for modded stuff, you're not going to get into these. And then themes, if you don't want to, for whatever reason, use custom themes, you do have access to the official themes on Hshop. And again, you can search for these however you want. But yeah, that is like the full guide to Hshop. I know I definitely would have liked something like this when I started, because when I first opened Hshop, call me clueless, I had no idea what to look for, what to look out for, knowing what to download in what order. So hopefully this was a good guide for those that are just getting into modding DS. They just modded it, they want to know how to use Hshop, and it's a little confusing, so hopefully this cleared out any questions you have. If you have any additional questions about the Hshop, leave those down below in the comments section. And that is going to be all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.